Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 3D market commentary today, Monday, September 5, 2022. My name is Jose Blasco. This is our weekly edition of the market commentary. Obviously, today is a special day, being Labor Day in the US, but still, many other markets are trading, and certainly this is when the week begins. So let's go ahead and discover what's happening out there in those financial markets. The market commentary, in case you are new to our sessions, is a session where we look at 5 key markets and we do proper market analysis to understand the market environment in which we are in those 5 key markets, so we can position ourselves better as traders or investors or hedgers or all of the above. Before we get started, I would like to highlight on the upper left side of the screen our financial disclaimer. Please read it carefully. It is important information. It is fairly short, so I'm counting on you all to read it completely because, again, it's important. Thank you so much. With that out of the way, we are now ready to go ahead and look at the charts so we can begin our market analysis. Very good. So what do we have? On the right, I have a daily time frame, in this case, the ES, which is the S&P 500 E-mini futures. So we are looking at equity markets, S&P 500, daily time frame. I have other markets to analyze. Our beginning part of the market commentary will involve equity indices. That's why we're looking at the S&P. Now, how do we do our market commentary? How do we do our market analysis? We are doing a 3D approach, okay? What does that mean? It means that we are looking at the markets from different angles to have a proper understanding, a 3D understanding of what's happening in the marketplace. We look at what's called market climate, which I will explain with a bit more detail in a moment. In case you are new to the climate, we talk about UFOs, which that, if you know what they are, then that's it. But if you don't know what they are, you're probably wondering, what are the UFOs? Again, I'll explain that properly in a moment. And then market volatility, which is also obviously something very important, okay? Before we get started with the specific details of the S&P, I am highlighting on the screen how can you get this information updated in a daily basis, not weekly, daily basis, and sent to your inbox before the US markets begin trading, okay? So listen carefully so you understand how to read it, you understand how to use it, and during the rest of the weekdays, you can certainly get that in your inbox, and hopefully that helps. Anyway, so we are looking at the S&P. The chart you got on the left is the same I got on the right, okay? Of course, on the right, I have a larger size of the chart. And basically what we're looking here is that we are looking first at the climate, which shows a thick and red dot. So we are talking about down climate, which is confirmed yes. This down climate has been running down for 6 days, where statistics suggest a normal thing to happen is 2.98. It's been running for 6 candles. In other words, this market is statistically out of what a normal thing would be. And therefore, statistically speaking, it would be more normal to see the S&P bounce back up than continue falling. Having said that, while statistically that's the case, dimension number 2, the UFOs, notice how the next UFO is located all the way at 3713.5. So really, there is nothing to stop the market from falling all the way to 3713.5 before it bounces, unless some on-field orders to buy are added to the market, and later today, tomorrow, we get to see a new UFO, at those price points, and then from there, then the expectation would be the S&P to move up. But that green UFO I just added to the screen, it's not available in the real world. As you can see, the real UFO is located. Oh, sorry for that. I believe I just closed the news flash. Please allow me 1 second, guys. I will get this back in. My mistake. Sorry for that. I will just adapt this very quickly here. Here we go. Not now. And as I was saying, again, in the real market, there is nothing to stop the market from falling all the way to 3713.5. And therefore, we may need to have a little bit more of a scare over there before we see a turning point. We're going to be monitoring this, and of course, in those news flashes that we will send in a daily basis to your inbox, you will see the updates. Unless you are a user of AutoClimate already, which, by the way, having said that, AutoClimate is free, so all of you could go to our site. I'm giving you the instructions on the screen. Look at the apps section and click on AutoClimate, and you can get it installed in your TradingView again, it's a free subscription. Okay, there is an activation fee, which is $8, but then you have it for life. Anyway, so this is what we have when it comes to the S&P. Sell on field orders located much higher at 42.58. So if you really think about it, if the buy orders are at 37.13 and the sell orders are at 42.58, we are kind of like in the middle of nowhere. Really, statistically speaking, it's more likely for the S&P to turn and go back higher. But the reality is that anything could happen, because if it rallies, there is a lot of room for a very strong rally. If it falls, there is a big, open space there waiting for the market to fall intensively as well. So we are really in the middle of nowhere, and definitely acting cautiously will be the right thing to be done. Wait for a climate change, because this climate is non-sustainable, 6 out of 298. So wait for a change of climate would be the right thing to do, or wait for on-field orders to form, which would show up here on the top, thanks to auto UFOs, which you will also be able to find on our website. Implied volatility or volatility, market volatility, we get it from the VIX. The VIX being the implied volatility of the options of the S&P 500 index, which represent 500 stocks in the US, the 500 greatest stocks in the US. So in other words, the implied volatility is 26.37%, where if we take those options pricing models and we reverse engineer, I'm oversimplifying how this is done, but you get my point. So if you reverse engineer the pricing models, so that 26.37% translate in 65 points a day, either up or down, 143 points a week, either up or down, 299 points a month, either up or down. This is the speed of movement which is expected. Okay. Very good. So next market, I took a little bit of time on the S&P, so I could also explain a bit better what is it that is the climate and the UFOs and all of that. So now we are moving into crude oil, and I'm going to move a bit faster here. Also, if you need more, notice I'm using futures markets. You could certainly also apply the same analysis to ETFs, to currencies, etc. So I am highlighting on the screen what is it that you want to go if you need to educate yourself in any other markets, which is not futures, or maybe you are well educated, for example, when it comes to stock trading. For example, futures is something that you would like to learn. So again, plenty of materials on our website. And by the way, notice that two things which are very useful, actually. Notice that with our courses, you will see that on the website. When you register for a course, you will be granted 3 months of free access to auto UFOs as well, apart from auto climate, which is for life. The UFOs, you'll get 3 months for free. So plenty of time there for you to practice as you have completed your course, and now you can develop yourself as a trader. Also, on the bottom part of the screen, you may be reading that we have been designated, first new release with our new book. And also the book grants you access to a course for free. So actually, if you buy the book, you don't need to buy the course, and between us, it's cheaper. So, that's going to be your choice. And next thing you know, of course, even if you buy the course and then you get the course, of course, because the course comes with the UFOs, then you get the UFOs, okay? So take a look at that, which is plenty of great tools for you to develop yourself as a trader, or if you're trading already, to develop yourself further and be more accurate with entries and exits and all of that. Oil, what do we have? Climate, down, confirm, yes. So same thing, red, thick dot. Statistics suggest the climate on crude oil should be dropping. A normal thing to happen would be 5.78 candles going down. It's been dropping for 4 candles. And therefore, there is more to come, statistically speaking, from crude oil. It's not a market that is exhausted. I would not be surprised to see crude oil continue falling down. Okay, maybe it needs to rally a bit, like it's happening today, but from there, turn and give us another leg down. Keep in mind that the next pile of on-field orders to buy is located at 80, which is a bit lower on the chart. Okay, it's right here, 80.47. So there is room for crude oil to fall. And again, nice market environment for good opportunities. OVX, which is the implied volatility on options on crude oil, shows 53.90% as the implied volatility, which is 3.03 points a day, either up or down, 6.66 points a week, either up or down, 13.87 points, either up or down in a month, as a standard deviation measurement. So a normal thing to happen. This is what is expected from those markets. Gold, let's move into gold. Okay, and as we move into gold, we are looking at also a confirmed climate, so down and yes, confirmed, 6 out of 5.75. That's the duration of the climate. So it could still fall for a little longer. Notice that there is nothing to stop it until we get to 1652.8, which is the next green UFO. So there is room for gold to go back down. Now, statistics suggest that maybe another day, maybe 2 more days, and then, statistics now suggest that it's more likely going to go up and down. But the reality is that if gold rallies just by a little bit, okay, the moment it gets to 1731.4, which is right there where the red 2 lines are, which is where the UFO is, the moment we get in that price zone, sell-on field orders will start kicking in, and therefore we'd expect gold to fall. So again, it's almost what I'm expecting here is almost counterintuitive, because statistics suggest that very soon, in 1 day or so, gold should go back higher, but the fact that the UFOs are there will probably push it down, and therefore that climate will last more than what statistics suggest. That's why we do a 3D analysis. We don't look only at the climate, we don't look only at the UFOs. We are looking at multiple elements to have a proper understanding of the market conditions. Speed of movement, 16.88%. That is 18.34 points a day, either up or down, 40.38 points a week, either up or down, 84.06 points a month, either up or down. That would be for gold. And the next one, it's going to be our friend, the dollar index, okay, which it's really the protagonist of the year by a lot. Dollar is been just incredible, and we talked about it as the dollar was coming down into a green UFO that was available on the chart here. We talked about this possibility for such an incredible move in the opposite direction, which happened perfectly. I mean, for sure, not every single trade we plan works well. That's why we use stops. If that was not the case, we wouldn't use stops. But for sure, this was an opportunity where, if you recall, when I was conducting the sessions, I was quite positive about it. And this has a lot to do with the relevance of the dollar. The dollar is such a relevant market worldwide. So what do we have? Well, we have an up climate which has been running for 15 candles, where statistics suggest 4.91 is a normal thing to happen. We've been going up for 15 candles, which is totally far from what statistics suggest. This has been happening a few times, where we've got this very, very lengthy, prolonged blue climate. And of course, statistics are adapting little by little. But the fact that some of the red climates lasted less than expected, or were not even confirmed, like this one, and the blue climate are lasting more than what statistics suggest as a normal thing to happen, this is telling you how strong the dollar index is at this moment in time in 2022. And that's why S&Ps are down. That's why many of the markets, like commodities, gold, crude oil, we saw them going down. Why? Because the dollar is becoming more expensive, so you need less dollars to buy that product, and therefore the price of the product goes down. So very relevant. Okay, so now if the dollar goes back down again, the moment it comes to 106.84, guess what? More on-field orders to kick in, and another move to the upside to be expected. Okay, so watch for that, because definitely the opportunity is there. Implied volatility on currencies, 11.52. That is 0.8 points a day, either up or down. 1.75 points a week, either up or down. 3.65 points a month, either up or down. And finally, the last market that we're going to analyze is Mr. Bitcoin. We are looking at the bakkt futures Bitcoin that trade in ICE US, also ICE Singapore. Fantastic exchange, and it's a mini version of the contract in Singapore, which is very convenient. And what do we have here? Well, we have a down climate, which is confirmed. Okay, and not only that, we got no buy on field orders unless we look down at 14,000. Okay, that's where the on field orders are, and the sell on field orders to sell are located at 21,000. So if Bitcoin goes up and surpasses 20,000, probably many bullish traders of Bitcoin will get in buying, expecting it's going to 30,000 or more. But next thing you know, we didn't have that, a week, 2 weeks ago. Now we got plenty of sell-on field orders above price, which is likely going to price the Bitcoin down to 14,000 before we have a turning point. So careful with that. There are many lovers of cryptocurrencies as a concept in life beyond the financial market. And we traders, we don't care about anything, to be honest. We just care about the technicals, our trading rules. We are not biased. So careful out there for those romantic, if I can use that term, emotionally attached traders or investors, because there are sell-on field orders on Bitcoin at this moment in time, and if they are removed, those UFOs will go away, and that may open an opportunity for the Bitcoin to go back higher. But certainly in the recent times, we got 2 large piles of on-field orders out there, which are risk. Speed of movement expected to be at a rate of 76%. That is almost 1,000 points a day, almost 2,000, a bit more than 2,000 points a week, a bit more than 4,000 points a month, either up or down. And finally, before we conclude our day, the economic calendar, well, obviously in the US, extremely slow today, Labor Day, okay? White collar, that's Labor Day, okay? So very unusual Monday for us to get together to do a market commentary, but at the same time, as I said, many other markets are trading, and this is still the beginning of the week, so we are traders, right? So money never sleeps, pal, isn't it? But anyway, what else is happening out there? So PMI tomorrow, that could be relevant number, definitely, that is being watched. I mean, all those numbers that we have here are indeed very relevant. That's why they are in the list. But also the ECB monetary policy later in the week, Powell's Fed speech, combined with what will happen earlier in the day in Europe. All of these will create some spice. So Tuesday and Thursday are the days where I would expect more spice in the market from a volatility standpoint intraday. And the other days got, certainly some interesting news, but more for the currency traders, I would say, than for equity or commodity traders. With all of this said, my friends, as always, it is my real pleasure to have joined you today, Monday. You have a great end of Labor Day if you happen to be in the US, and if you're anywhere else in the world, you have a great week as well, and see you in the next one. Tomorrow we have a live session with Josip for options. Join us on the website, take a look, and also check your inbox because we are running a promotion. Probably you received the email. If not, check your spam folder because we are running a very special promotion where you could get access to the UFOs for $1, which is something quite powerful that we've never done before. So take a look and benefit from it, and see you in the next one, my friends. Bye-bye. Take care, everybody.